Making a great Social Security decision is doing so with the awareness of how your Social Security is going to impact the other areas of your financial life. In order to make that great decision, these are the 5 questions you've got to answer with your CFP before you claim Social Security. I got that and more coming up. There's 6 areas to your financial life, to my financial life, to everyone's financial life, and the big idea is they're interrelated. You can't make a decision in a vacuum, or you might think you are and then realize later, oh, actually that decision impacts this one and that one as well. And when it comes to Social Security, I think we're all just emotionally wired and triggered to say, I don't know what's going to happen to it. I don't know what's going to happen to me tomorrow, and so I'm just going to take it immediately. And for many people, hear me, if for many people, that's the right thing to do, right? But before you go from Social Security, I'm drawing it. Social Security, I'm drawing it. Just have a pause right there to ensure that all right, how is my Social Security claiming decision going to impact the rest of my financial life, so that you're making the wise choice. Because there's really not a do-over with Social Security, and sure, and within 12 months you can pay it back and restart, but that's a huge mess, and I would not recommend it. It's not for the faint of heart, let's say that. So how do you ensure that you make a great and wise Social Security claiming decision? You got to answer these 5 questions with your CFP before you decide to turn on Social Security. First, what's your projected retirement spending? I can't tell you how many times sitting down with an individual who's maybe just coming in to work with a certified financial planner right before retirement to focus on that retirement goal, and they've already decided, I'm taking Social Security this way. And then when we start learning about the other areas of their financial life and the 5 factors of their retirement plan, they want to spend this and they plan on, my retirement lifestyle is this. And claiming Social Security, they'd be drawing it way down here, when in fact, a slight adjustment to their strategy could actually fill in that gap significantly. And so knowing how much retirement spending you anticipate or what you expect, you've got to know those details so that you can properly and objectively evaluate, well, if I draw my Social Security at 62, it's going to be at this level, and we'll be able to fill in the gap with these other options. Or if I delay a year or 2 years, or wait until 65 or wait until 67, you're going to want to take a look and see, well, what's the gap between that retirement income and your Social Security claiming decision, and what you need it to do, what your retirement spending is expected to be. That's question number 1, fairly obvious. Question number 2 is the one that's likely on your mind, and there aren't a lot of financial advisors, certainly not ones on YouTube, that are talking about this, and that is, you need to understand how your Social Security is going to impact the other investments that you have saved up. So often people talk about delaying Social Security. Okay, you might want to do that. It's going to grow by 8% and so on. But if you delay Social Security, but you've already retired, it means that you're drawing down more of your assets, right? And so often it's wait, why would I do that? Why would I draw down more of my own investments and leave dollars in Social Security? I'm going to be depleting my savings. You need to analyze and work with your certified financial planner to say, well, where's the sweet spot? Is there a sweet spot? Or yes, if I delay Social Security, it's going to draw down my investments too quickly. I'm going to lose liquidity, and therefore I should be turning on Social Security right away. You've got to answer that question. I think emotionally or subjectively, we all look at that and say, I would much rather start drawing some of this income that I've been paying in to the government through the FICA system for my entire career. I want to start drawing that out. I don't want to see my investment balance or my retirement balance, my retirement nest egg, start dwindling. I'd rather draw Social Security than pull more dollars out of my investments. And I get it. However, work with your certified financial planner, crunch the numbers, do the math to see how your Social Security claiming decision impacts your investments and your overall withdrawal strategy. Question number 3, how does your Social Security claiming decision impact your tax plan and your tax planning? If you were to ask me, Mike, with your team of financial planners, what's the most common Social Security claiming strategy you guys recommend? It is to draw as soon as you retire. What's the second most common? Instead of delaying until 67 or 70, I would say the second most common recommendation is delay until January. because whenever you retire until the end of the year, that could be some really fertile ground for some creative tax planning strategies, maybe a Roth conversion, maybe some other adjustments to your tax strategy to set you on a certain course for the rest of retirement. Because as soon as you turn on Social Security again, you're not going to turn it off. That income's going to be there, and that could impact your tax picture or influence your tax planning in a certain way. You want to know that. You want to have an optimized tax picture and overall tax strategy, not only in the year you retire, the first few years of retirement, but throughout retirement. And you do, before you turn on Social Security, want to see, well, how does my Social Security income, how does it impact my tax plan? Should we make any adjustments? Should the tax strategy inform any of my Social Security claiming decision? Question number 4, what are the other components of your retirement income? If you're familiar with our 5-factor retirement plan, that you know that the third factor is retirement income sources. And yes, Social Security is going to be foundational for just about everyone. But do you have other sources of retirement income? And think about it. If Social Security, you can turn it on as soon as you retire, again, between 62 and 70, but any year you delay, it's going to grow a little bit. What if you've got a pension that by delaying it, you've already maxed out and there's no adjustment? So you're going to, it's going to be the same at 63 as it is at 64 or 65, or maybe it would grow a little bit, but just, a really small amount. And what if that pension or that other income source beyond Social Security covers a lot of your retirement income need? Then it may make sense to turn that other source of income on and maybe delay Social Security for a year or two. Again, maybe that income, this other income source, is going to influence your tax picture one way, going back to question number 3. And if you turn on Social Security, well, now you're sort of out of options, and there's not a lot of creative work that you can do from a tax planning standpoint. So question number 4, knowing the other components of your retirement income plan and how that may impact your Social Security claiming decision. And then question number 5, if you've ever been married or if you are married, what happens to your surviving spouse? Or what spousal benefits may apply to you. Many people view Social Security, even if you're married or if you're widow or maybe ever been married, many people view it as, no, this is my decision. This, in my spouse or whatever will make their own decision, not realizing that there are special and unique attributes to Social Security when it comes to spousal benefits or survivor benefits. For example, if you're married, when one of you passes away, the lower of the two Social Security check goes away as well. Therefore, it may make sense if, depending on your earnings history, depending on your ages, it may make sense for one of the spouses to draw right away when it makes sense, but another spouse to delay so that their Social Security continues to grow. That way, from a survivor benefit, if one of you passes away, the lower of the two Social Securities that you started claiming immediately or early in retirement, that one would go away. And for the survivor, really optimizing over both of your lives has a much higher Social Security. That's the one that would stick around. When you run the math and do the analysis on that, that can really optimize Social Security and the overall impact, financial impact of claiming Social Security over your full retirement. Claiming Social Security is going to be one of the biggest financial decisions that you make in your life, and I want you to do it with excellence. I want you to look at all 6 areas of your financial life to bring synergy when you're making that Social Security claiming decision. How does it impact your cash flow, your tax picture, the rest of your investments, your longevity and estate plan, right? So work with your certified financial planner, answer those 5 questions, and have clarity and confidence when you're making that Social Security decision. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.